All right, folks, I have 3 steps for you when we multiply fractions using models. They're in the upper right in blue, and then I have kind of our guiding question with this lesson, which always helps, which is how much is 1/3 of 3/5? And I put a little key question there that always helps me because it is going to get a lot smaller. Considering we have 1/3 and we have to, or 3/5, and we have to take 1/3 of that 3/5. So it's going to get even smaller. I'm going to first start out in number 1. It says draw a rectangle model of the second fraction, which is 3/5, and partition it vertically. So I'm going to partition it as well as I can here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 partitions gives us fifths. And then what I'm going to do is get my handy dandy marker here, and I'm going to shade it green. There's 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 says partition the model below into parts horizontally, using the denominator of the first fraction and shade in that numerator. Okay, so I have to partition it into thirds because it says thirds right there. Now I'm going to change colors, and I'm going to draw it in black, and I'm going to partition this thing into thirds going horizontally. So 1, 2, and there's my thirds. I didn't do it very evenly, but that's all right. I'm going to shade this one red because I'm going to shade in the top going horizontal like this. Whoops, had a little slip. Okay. So you can see going 3/5 is vertical and 1/3 is going horizontal. And all I did was take the 2 fractions and lay them over top of each other. Number 3 says that your product is the shaded parts that overlap. So my shaded part is right here, and there is 3 of them that overlap. Now, 3 squares that have 2 colors in them, and now I need to figure out how many total pieces did I make. And if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, that becomes my new denominator. So 3 out of 15 are shaded. And that makes sense because if I was looking back for my guiding question of how much is 1/3 of 3/5, 3/15 is a lot smaller than 3/5. A lot smaller pieces. And that is how you multiply a fraction times a fraction using models.